Winthrop Vikings. Today is May 28th. It's our seniors' last day here, and today four schedule.
Sadly, this week is our seniors' last live newscast. Throughout the morning, we have all of our seniors to tell you about the stories.
And as exciting as our last day is, we're going to tell you about our first story.
Plenty of our seniors have had their fair share of embarrassing moments throughout the past 4 years.
Here we're actually going to be telling you about a few and have some of our fellow seniors giving us some stories. Life is full of embarrassing moments, high school being one of them. Throughout our 4 years here, us seniors have had plenty of embarrassing moments that we'd rather not do again. So instead, we're going to tell you about them in hopes that the same doesn't happen to y'all.
So one time I was talking to a teacher and they thought I was Mara, and I was kind of just going along with it because it was like too late to tell them. And then one of my friends walked by and said, "Hi, Jenna." And then the teacher realized, so that was probably my most embarrassing story.
My most embarrassing story of high school was junior year. I sat at the front of my English class and I fell asleep during one of the movies that we were watching, and I snapped back to life and everyone was looking at me because the room was dead silent and I was passed out.
An embarrassing story that happened to me. Junior year, I was walking back from lunch and I walked into a random English class with my head down because I thought it was my English class, and I put my head up and it wasn't. So I walked in and I said, "Oh, wrong class," and I turned right out and I walked up to my English class with my head down because I was so embarrassed. Oh, it's bad time.
So it was like spring of my senior year, and then I had to make the decision on whether I wanted to play lacrosse or not play lacrosse. And like originally I was gonna play lacrosse, but then I decided not to. And it was like just mad embarrassing seeing like Mr. Donnelly like in the halls.
So when we were remote, my computer was under my comforter and I sat on it and it broke, so I couldn't go to school for 2 days.
Alright, so my junior year of high school, I would bring a coffee to school every day because I worked a lot, and I had Mr. Walton and he's like, no coffees ever. So I walked in with a cup and he stopped his lesson like mid-lesson and he was like, "Jana Joyce, is that a coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And he told me to take it out of the classroom. So I walked to the door and I put it in front of the door, and then I got in trouble and he told me to go to the office in front of a whole class of sophomores. So I did, and when I came back, he printed out the handbook and he yelled at me every single day until I graduated. So, yeah.
Okay, so when thinking of embarrassing stories, you can ask them. I've done probably something embarrassing every day of high school. The most recent one that I can think of, last Friday, I was walking into school. I got out of my car. A gentleman was walking into the golf club and said, "Good morning, Chief," and I thought he was referring to me. So I said, "Good morning, how are you?" And then I looked behind me and the chief of police was standing right behind me. So yeah, that was a pretty awkward way to start my Friday morning.
I actually have an even more embarrassing story than you, believe it or not. The other day I was just walking down the street, I was walking my dog, and this guy drove by me and he waved. And I thought he was waving to me, but he wasn't. And then he stopped the car while I was waving to him, and he said, "What's up? Do I know you?" And I said, "No, you don't." And
Go ahead.
One time, sophomore year, I was walking down these stairs right here, and I tripped and went face first down all of them in front of everyone.
My most embarrassing moment would probably have to be when I said facility instead of faculty live on Wake Up Winthrop. And also another embarrassing moment, also Wake Up Winthrop related, would be when John Cataldo left me saying the F word in the video, and so all the teachers and stuff heard me saying it.
So my embarrassing story is last year, history class, Mr. Leonardo, we were doing a test and someone's cell phone started ringing. We didn't even know if it was outside the classroom, inside. So, that noise was just keeping going and going and going. And during the test for like 15 minutes, I was thinking, oh, who is that moron with the cell phone ringing? And Mr. Leonardo, he started, ringing the, walking through the class to see who was the moron with the cell phone. Oh, it was me.
I think an embarrassing moment from high school would be the time that I called Miss Lowe dad in class.
So my most embarrassing story from high school has to be when I bonked my head off of this very window. What was it, maybe 2 months ago? Something like that. I was walking around school with an ice pack on my head and every teacher asked me what happened and I had to explain how I was throwing a paper airplane irresponsibly and didn't realize that there wasn't an angle at the window and just basically almost concussed myself.
Hopefully you guys won't have to deal with any of these awkward or embarrassing moments like the ones you just heard. Best of luck avoiding these occurrences throughout the rest of your high school career, and back to you guys in the studio.
Wow, thanks, Skylar. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it really was. Hey Dill, what story do we have coming up next?
Up next, we have my favorite dog, my shot put friend, my brother, Kyle Testa, with our sports segment, telling us how our tennis teams are doing.
This week we want to take a special look at our tennis teams as they enter the middle of their seasons. Both teams are excited to be back on the court and playing in their matches. Here at Wake Up Winthrop, we wanted to catch up with some tennis athletes to see how they are doing after not playing since last year. After breaking the record 2 years ago and missing their season last year, the boys' tennis team is back in full swing. Led by senior captain Augie Cherico, the tennis team hopes to improve their current record of 2-3. Hopefully the tennis team will turn things around and will end the seniors' last season on a good note. Here at Wake Up Winthrop, we wanted to find out some more information, so we caught up with Augie Cherico and Evan Smontrich to find out the scoop.
The past 2 years we broke the record for wins, and it doesn't look like we're going to do that this year, so it's kind of hard to live up to the expectations. Hopefully we can improve our record. We got a couple hard matches against Marblehead, and I think the next time we play Swampscott we can beat them. Hopefully we can improve a little bit. Liam.
I saw our captain, called out Liam. I think Liam's doing a great job. Just keep going, buddy. So yeah, this is my first year playing tennis. I kind of jumped in late, and I'm just so thankful I did, because it's really one of the most enjoyable sports I've ever played. There's just a great group of kids playing, and we're just, whether it's practice, we have fun, we're laughing, we're learning. It's such a great sport to learn.
Our girls' tennis team is led by captains Jamie Silva, Natalia Karlova, and Emma Foley, and coached by the one and only Senor Nickerson. They have a record of 4-1 and are psyched for the rest of the season and what it has to bring. We caught up with Jamie Silva and Natalia Karlova to find out their plans going forward.
Our record currently is 4-2, and I am very proud of all the girls that have been playing both varsity and junior varsity. Everyone has been working really hard and improving really well during both practices and games.
It's our last season here as seniors, so we're trying to make the most of it, and it's just been really great to get to know all the girls this year.
So for the past 4 years, and especially this year being my last year, I gotta say this is probably the best team we've had thus far. Everyone is so dedicated to becoming better as individual tennis players, whether they were on JV or varsity. And I gotta say we've been making we've been accomplishing a lot of goals, especially since we won against Saugus for the first time in 7 years. So leaving this tennis season, it's gonna be a little bittersweet. I'm gonna miss all the girls because they were so sweet and they all put their best effort towards every practice and every game.
Glad to see our tennis athletes are looking forward to a successful season and are getting back into the swing of things. Good luck to our senior athletes, for it will be their last time hitting their courts. That's it for this segment. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kyle. Now we go to a brand new story on Wake Up Winthrop, the story you have all been waiting for a long time.
It wasn't my fault that it requires bureaucracy. They story about the Colombian goat who everyone knows. After all the hype, Juan Pablo is going to teach you how to ride a bike in school.
I learned how to ride a bike when I was 6. What's special about him?
John, you gotta respect the legend of professional bike riding. Let's see what he got.
Whoa, what the? look, there's fans.
What in the Great Gatsby?
Oh, I can ride the bar.
Thank you, Juan Pablo. We've been looking forward to this for the past 3 weeks now.
It's so nice being able to see what different hidden talents we have here at Winthrop High School.
As many of you know, today is our last day, and the past 4 years have finally come to an end.
Because of this, our next story is a final goodbye as the seniors sign off.
With the seniors leaving, they are also saying goodbye to Wake Up Winthrop.
The seniors have been working really hard over the past year, with some seniors working over 2 years helping the program continue on.
A good memory of Digvid that I have is those late nights with Mr. Donnelly when we were editing the Zoom Wake Up Winthrops. We did those all at 11 o'clock at night. Also a good time would be directing up in the studio when we first came back to live Wake Up Winthrops. That was pretty good. I mean, this whole class is just a great class, so I would recommend anybody to take this class.
My favorite memory in Digvid would probably be doing all the sports segments with Kyle and Rocky, and hosting live for the first time was pretty fun.
So my favorite thing this year, or favorite class I say, would be Digvid, and having the opportunity to learn how to create upper thirds for videos on Fridays.
Probably, quarantine kitchen, cooking it up in the kitchen was pretty fun. Nothing else too crazy. I was just kind of the sports guy, pretty self-explanatory with that. And, the things, my short film Turf Wars, that was kind of a stupid idea, but hey, there was good memories making that, so pretty much it.
One of my favorite memories was when me and Alexis used to get up and during remote days, and we used to go and find a place to film Field Reporter. It was really fun, and we just got us out of the house.
So my Digvid experience starts. I come from Brazil. I barely know English. I am with the exchange students, and we are just screwing around in class, and it was pretty fun. Digvid 2 was as fun as. I like doing the live Wake Up Winthrop, and I also liked doing the interviews. Getting interviews was always awkward, but it was very fun as well.
Something that I really enjoyed, doing Wake Up Winthrop was just getting to work with everyone. I talked to a lot of people that I normally wouldn't when I was out getting interviews. And as much as a pain it would be, and sometimes it was stressful, it was honestly really fun putting together the stories and just getting it all figured out and seeing the end product once we were done.
One of my favorite memories in Digvid is probably making the unlucky penny with John and Evan. It was a really fun time.
So Digvid, obviously holds a big place for me. I've been doing it throughout all of high school now, just about. I only missed out 1 year, so I think that was, I was in the class with Joey, and we were just making videos. Made the unlucky penny, and then Digvid 2, I actually, I was with Joey again, and he's kind of just been partner in crime throughout Digvid. It's been a blast. And yeah, it's pretty much just, it's been a wild ride. We've done a lot of fun videos. We did that Valentine's Day story with Evan. Probably my favorite.
When I look back on the last 4 years, Digvid has been a major part of my high school time. It's it's been enjoyable since the beginning when we were doing, all the basic things with Premiere Pro and filming. John's Plan was one of my favorite projects to make back in freshman year with John and Joey. Obviously, Hoagie, that was not a great audio clip, but then we come to junior year because we didn't take it sophomore year with Wake Up Winthrop. It was really special to be a part of that and still be a part of it. Obviously working with Dylan was huge during the pandemic. We kept Wake Up Winthrop going, which I hope was appreciated. If not, I'm sorry. But then we come to senior year and we're still doing Wake Up Winthrop, but we move over to kind of creative projects with John and Joey. It's been really special to find something that I really love doing in high school. And yeah, I couldn't be more thankful than to be a part of the digital media program.
This is the third year of Wake Up Winthrop that we've put together. So it's gonna really be sad to see a lot of these guys go. They were an awesome crew who, through the pandemic really stepped it up and continued to give us Wake Up Winthrops. When we came back hybrid, they were more than willing to work in and out of school to make sure that, we had some sort of shared culture. Each and every single student had a special role within the class, whether that was creating upper thirds, whether it was, being really good in front of the camera as a field reporter, editing the stories together. Each and every student in this class had an amazing role in creating Wake Up Winthrop. There's a lot of students that are graduating that maybe didn't do Wake Up With It this year, but have been a huge part of it over the last 3 years. So it's really sad to see these students go, but I'm also really happy with what they've created and the work that they've done throughout the last 3-4 years. So really gonna miss them. Love the groundwork that they laid to continue on with this program, and just happy to see what they create in the future.
Special thanks to Dylan and Evan for carrying Wake Up Winthrop, John Cataldo too, John and Joey were definitely in the class as well, but they didn't really accomplish much, but congratulations.
Thank you to all the seniors who've carried the program over this year. We are very grateful to have you guys with us. We wouldn't know what to do without you. That's all we have for today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you so much, seniors, for that great send-off.
And now, where's the beef?
What are you talking about?
You like roast beef, Evan? What's your favorite roast beef place?
I'm a big Odyssey guy myself. What about you guys?
Wow, I go to Wendy's for my roast beef. They have a
You go to
mean one.
Wendy's?
They got a mean one.
I'm more of a Burger King guy myself.
Wow.
All right, let's see all the great roast beef places.
Yeah, let's send it to Ryan and Bobby.
South Shore has bar pizza. The Cape has lobster rolls. Chicago's got deep dish, and Philly's got cheesesteak. Here on the North Shore, we have roast beef sandwiches. So here at Wake Up Winthrop, we wanted to set out to find who has the best roast beef.
Some people like their roast beef cold, 3 ways with mayo, barbecue sauce, and American cheese. Some others like it hot with some different condiments, ranging from grilled onions to more eccentric sauce. Our neighboring town of Revere, Massachusetts has Kelly's, who claims to have invented the roast beef sandwich in 1950. With an abundance of places to choose from, including Kelly's, Glenn's, and Royals, we wanted to find out who sits high above them all. We caught up with a few Winthrop High School students and faculty to find out the answer to the age-old of questions.
Where's the beef?
Cool. All right. Man, the topic of beef is my favorite topic. When I was in high school, it was all about the Beachmont roast beef. Beachmont roast beef ain't the same that it used to be. I haven't been there in a while. It used to be the bomb beef. It used to be the only way to go. They have a special thing that they do at Beachmont where they do the double beef, where it's like a Big Mac of beef. It's 3 buns, top, bottom, and 1 in the middle. An intense beef for sure, but it wasn't for the faint of heart. So I got my home beef now and my favorite beef. My home beef. I live in Melrose. My home beef is Billy's roast beef on the Melrose-Wakefield line. It's in walking distance to my house. Not that I ever walk there, I always drive. But it's right there. Now here's the thing about Billy's. Okay, so first off, no question. If anybody tells you anything other than 3 ways a way to eat the beef, don't trust them and don't let them date your sister. Okay? Sauce, cheese, mayo. Some people are like, well, I had onions or I had lettuce. Okay, fine. You can do what you want to do, but you're a jerk. The number one beef, I had it just recently. I had it 3 weeks ago. Number one beef, Jamie's Roast Beef Peabody. They're solid. They're the new guys in town, but they are killing it right now. My dream beef that I have yet to obtain, that's up at Modern Butcher in Newburyport. Only on Fridays. Can you imagine a beef so exclusive that they only offer it 1 day a week? So that's going to be like a summer trip for me. I'm not going to get a summer job this summer because I want to make sure I have time available to go up to Modern Butcher in Newburyport. Always keep your eye open for the sleepers. There's sleepers in every single town. Don't ever forget about Odyssey Grill here in Winthrop. People forget about it all the time. Don't ever forget about Odyssey Grill. And when you're someplace local around the North Shore, ask the locals, where do you get your local beef? You'd be surprised, man. There's some great beef. There's some trash beef places out there, and then there's some good beef places out there. So be discerning and make sure you're asking the right people, all right? Palin out.
Well, so the only thing I can say about roast beef is that, well, I mean, first off, it's obviously, this isn't even debatable. I mean, I would think everyone would agree that, you know, the North Shore people, they don't know what they're doing with roast beef. I mean, it's disgusting. It's the worst thing I've ever had. I mean, there's this place up in Peabody called Jamie's, which, like, oh my God, I got massive food poisoning last time I was there. I forget who recommended that to me, but I think it was Mr. Palin, but he doesn't know anything about roast beef. You want, guys, take the trip across the city, go to God's country, the South Shore, okay? Not only that, you get down to Rhode Island, okay? Talk to Mr. Palin about Rhode Island. Walt's roast beef, the best roast beef you'll ever have. Simple, bun, beef, bun. That's all you need. Get a little spicy barbecue sauce, a little sriracha going on there. That's all you need. None of this like overcooked garbage at Jamie's, overpriced, you know, North Shore, uppity stuff. Garbage. Go to the South Shore, go to Rhode Island. Walt's roast beef is where it's at. Peace.
So what's my favorite roast beef? Again, I'm not a North Shore guy. South Shore's finest here, but I don't know. Matt, what's your favorite place?
Mine's probably gonna be Kelly's roast beef. Only one I really am into, but yeah, I think the food is really good.
Alright, so the best roast beef place is called Mike's Roast Beef in Saugus. It's the only roast beef. Don't eat Kelly's, it's terrible. And the only way to eat a roast beef sandwich is 3-way with cheese, mayo, and sauce. That's it.
Alrighty, so yeah, big North Shore beef guy. Grew up on the South Shore, so bar pizza has a special place in my heart. But you know, once I started working at Winthrop, I really got into the world of North Shore beef. So as far as hierarchy goes, you know, you have kind of like the Kelly's at the bottom here. It's kind of your fast food of roast beef sandwiches. Then I would say a step up from that is like kind of Mike's, really quality roast beef. But I would say the winner for me is Jamie's Roast Beef in Peabody. They have one with Boursin cheese, caramelized onions, a little bit of spinach to top it off. Just the beef stacked high. You know, the classic 3-way is great, but this Jamie's sandwich is next level. So that's what I would say my winner is.
So as you can see, there are plenty of options for a good roast beef sandwich on the North Shore. Make sure to explore our beautiful corner of the country to find out where your favorite sandwich exists. That's all for this segment. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Winthrop High School, for having us. The class of 2020 is finally signing off, and roll
Roll bikes. Roll bikes. Roll them. Roll bikes.